So today we start with chapter 8, where the chapter is entitled "The Author Receives the Orders of Krishna and Guru." Now this chapter has 85 verses, and in this chapter the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, is described. Also is stated that one who commits the offenses in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra does not achieve love of Godhead, even after chanting for many years. So in this connection, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur warns against the artificial displays of our different bodily symptoms of ecstasy, which are called Ashta Sattvika Vikar. Ashta means 8, Sattvika means Shuddha Sattva, ecstatic, and Vikara means the symptoms, bodily symptoms that occur in the body. That's also an offense. In fact, one time, Srila Prabhupada was giving class, Srimad Bhagavatam class. I believe it was in ISKCON Juhu. And he was giving this, or in Vrindavan, he was giving class, Srimad Bhagavatam. And there was one person, local person, he came and he paid obeisances to the Lord. And right in front of everyone, he started trembling. And then he fell down unconscious, and he was wailing and crying. And all devotees were looking at this person. Wow, is he having those Ashta Sattvika Vikar in his body?
Displaying ecstatic symptoms.
Is he a pure devotee? What's going on? And then they were looking at Srila Prabhupada, and they were looking at him. They were looking at Srila Prabhupada. And what was Srila Prabhupada doing? He just continued his Bhagavatam class. He completely ignored what was happening with that person and what he was doing. Prabhupada continued as if nothing is happening. And this is a reason, because the acharyas, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all the other acharyas, they explain that even those who actually have these symptoms, or those who actually demonstrate these symptoms in their body of ecstatic love of God, of trembling, of tears flowing, of hair raising on end, and falling unconscious, all these things, teeth chattering, all these different symptoms, even those who are actually pure devotees and experience these symptoms, they also don't want to display it in front of others, because then people can easily imitate these external symptoms and then falsely pose as pure devotees. So even acharyas who want to set an example don't want to set an example of expressing these symptoms in public. Srila Prabhupada, he would experience these symptoms, but he would be very, very shy to even demonstrate it in public. One time when he was giving the class in Allahabad, I believe, on the glories of Lord Nityananda, he came out, devotees were chanting and dancing. It was almost like a pandal program. And Srila Prabhupada came and he sat, after the kirtan, he sat in the class and he said, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is very, very merciful. But Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And as soon as he said this, Srila Prabhupada went into a trance. He just stopped. And it was as if he was controlling all these symptoms which were coming out of ecstasy, thinking of the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And then Srila Prabhupada, tears started coming from the middle portion of his eyes, meaning nearer to the nose, the portion of the eyes which is nearer to the nose. And not only that, they were coming out as spears. And Srila Prabhupada, when he felt that he's no longer able to control his ecstasies, he simply got up, he told devotees kirtan. He just, in that lecture, he just told these 2 sentences. And then he got up and he went inside. He asked the devotees to continue kirtan. He wanted to set an example not to display these symptoms in public, because anyone then can imitate it. In fact, these symptoms One of the devotees was saying these symptoms can be experienced even when we put our hand in an electric socket. There will be trembling, there will be tears coming, our hairs will raise on end, and teeth would chatter, and then we may fall unconscious as well. So these external symptoms should not be our criteria for deciding if someone is a pure devotee or not. What is really a symptom is Krishnaika Sharanam, how much they are taking shelter of Krishna in their actions and words and mind. That is extremely important. So here, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur warns against these artificial displays of the bodily symptoms, Ashta Sattvika Vikar, because that display is also an offense. In fact, one should seriously, sincerely continue to chant the Panchatattva mantra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All of these acharyas then, these Panchatattva and all the acharyas will bestow their causeless mercy upon a devotee and purify his heart. That's how we get purification. And when that person is actually purified, automatically he will experience ecstasy in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In fact, before Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita was composed, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote a book called Chaitanya Mangal, which was then later renamed as Chaitanya Bhagavat, because there was another Chaitanya Mangal. And in that Chaitanya Bhagavat, since Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is considered to be an incarnation of Srila Vyasadeva, in only those subjects which were not discussed by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Chaitanya Bhagavat are discussed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it's explained in very old age. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, we have discussed this earlier as well. He went to Vrindavan at the age of 62. And by the order of Sri Madan Mohanji and the blessings of the six Goswamis, Nityananda Prabhu, he wrote Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And now we are able to relish this wonderful bliss.